Hello, Blythe, Evie, Joe, Jack, Callum, Cadence, Lucy, Orion, and anyone else who's listening. Welcome to Story Time. Today's story is The Snowy Nap, written and illustrated by Jan Brett. The Snowy Nap by Jan Brett. This is a J.P. Putnam Sons book. And it's dedicated for my grandnephew, Tate Merrill Littlehale. A G.P. Putnam Sons book, part of Penguin Random House. So, the story begins. I want you to notice in this story how Jan Brett has a story on the outside, too. She illustrates little illustrations to show other things that are going on in the story. Young Hedgie sniffed the chilly wind. Snow is on the way, he thought. I'll just take a last ramble around the farm. He did not want to miss a moment. So notice the hen in the side. He could barely keep his eyes open as he walked. The hens noticed at once. Time for Buddy Bye, they cackled. It won't be long before you have to hibernate, and our coop will be bedazzled by icicles. In a sleepy daze, Hedgie trundled past the pond. The geese honked. Goodbye until spring. We'll think of you as we play slip and slide across the pond ice. It's already starting to freeze. Now, the sheep are looking on. Do you see the sheep on the side? Hedgie came to the sheep shed. Nighty-night, the sheep baaed. One of the sheep had seen hedgehogs on the farm head for their cozy dens year after year as winter arrived. She also was ready to tell Hedgie what he would miss. I'll soon see the snowmen Lisa makes, she said. Oh, goodness, Hedgie's wondering, isn't he? The billy goat overheard and crunched across the frozen field to add, As usual, you will miss winter blue time when the sun sets and the snowy farm appears in every shade of blue. The pig watched Hedgie stop for a big yawn. Have a good winter's sleep, she oinked. If only I could save a few snowflakes for you. No two are alike. The horse is going to come up next, I think. When the pony trotted up, Hedgie guessed what he wanted to say. Sleep well, he neighed. If you hear bells in your dreams, it will be me pulling my sleigh. That was the last straw. I don't want to sleep all winter like last year, protested Hedgie. I want to see icicles and snowmen, snowflakes and pond ice. I want to hear sleigh bells. He doesn't want to miss the winter. Before Hedgie could yawn again, he decided to turn around and stay up for the winter. So Hedgie thinks he's not going to hibernate. He wants to see the winter. The night grew frosty cold. Must stay awake, must stay awake, must stay awake to see winter. Hedgie shivered and his eyes closed. From the farmhouse window, Lisa saw a still shape outside in the cold. Poor little hedgehog is frozen stiff, she cried. She bundled him up and brought him inside. Lisa put Hedgie in a tea cozy and gave him a spot by the window. "That was a close call," she said. "A snowstorm is on the way. You better stay in the house and warm up." Oh, look at the snowstorm coming. To Hedgie's delight, the next morning he saw the world outside shimmering with snow. The old chicken coop sparkled like a palace. Oh, but look, the chicken and the geese are peeking in the window of the house where Hedgie is. Every day he watched from different windows and new wintry scenes appeared. The pond froze into a shiny mirror. Lisa twirled on her skates as the goose and the gander slid to keep up. Oh, look, now the sheep and the pigs are peeking in the window. To Hedgie's amazement, one day Lisa rolled great balls of snow. Before he knew it, he was looking at his first snowman. He was getting sleepier, but each morning held a new surprise. Look at how the pony and the dog and the bird, they're all looking in. They want to see what's happening with Hedgie inside. The little hedgehog was dozing when he heard the tinkling of bells. He tried with all his might and opened his eyes. There was the pony pulling a sleigh. Lisa made a snowball and tossed it in his direction. Kapoof! Everyone is curious about Hedgie being inside, aren't they? Hedgie slept later every day. One day he awoke to see flowers of frost decorating his window. The trees looked like lace against the sky. "I have truly seen winter," was Hedgie's last thought as he nodded back to sleep. And look at all the animals peeking in the window to look at Hedgie. Lisa knew it was time. Leaving the door ajar, she cradled the little hedgehog. "You belong in the wild," she whispered in his ear as she carried him through the drifts. She crouched by his burrow and nestled him inside. "Sweet dreams, little adventurer," she said. Just then, she noticed the front door was swinging on its hinges. Squawks and rumbles were coming from inside. Oh no, what do you think has happened? Lisa peered through the doorway and saw animals higgledy-piggledy making a commotion in her house. Each one was thinking, "I'll see winter from a nice warm house." "Out, out, out! Skedaddle!" she laughed. "Don't you know this is not where you live?" Oh, see, they were all thinking that they could be like Hedgie and come inside for the winter. Lisa was shooing the last mouse from the house as Hedgie, snug in his burrow, fell into a deep sleep. He was dreaming about icicles and snowmen, snowflakes and pond ice. It was a long, snowy nap. The end. This is a picture of Jan Brett, the person who wrote this story and illustrated it. She says, "A few winters ago it snowed so much that drifts piled up to our windows. Little Snow, our bunny, was very interested in the wintry view into our backyard, and a wild rabbit was just as interested in him. The snow was so high that the rabbit came right up to our window, nose to nose with Little Snow. Every morning, another set of rabbit footprints led to Little Snow's window. Little Snow must wonder what else that rabbit does in the winter, I thought. Then last summer I was painting when I heard a loud bump. It was Little Snow's warning thump. When I looked out the window to investigate, a young black bear was peeking in. As the bear hightailed it back into the woods, I mused about animals. That means she thought about animals. How curious they all are, I thought. Their antics might make a whimsical border story in my book. Both of these episodes helped inspire The Snowy Nap, Hedgie and Lisa's adventure in my picture book. The Hat is set at a farm on the Danish island of Funen, the perfect place to set a story about Hedgie's curiosity about winter. And this is Jan Brett's website. And if you go to that website, she has all kinds of amazing, fun activities you can do. She's got activities, she's got Christmas ornaments, she's got writing exercises in cursive and in print. She's got things you can draw and do, and she's even got some amazing cards you can print out and make along with an envelope. And I did that for each one of you. Blythe, Evie, Joe, Jack, Callum, Cadence, Lucy, Orion. You're all going to get one of these cards from Jan Brett's website in the mail. I put them in today. And this illustration on the back of the cover shows all the animals peeking inside the house, wondering what's going on inside the house in the wintertime. I hope you like that story. I hope you're still taking good care of yourselves, that you're still loving on each other and loving yourselves just the way you are, no matter where you are. I decided to read this story today because Cadence FaceTimed me this morning to show me the snow in Wisconsin and tell me how excited she was about it. So some of us are seeing snow, some of us are still swimming in a pool. But I hope each one of you is loving just where you are and just who you are, because each one of you is fabulous. And never forget, I love each one of you to the moon and back. We'll be back again for another story for the next story time. Until then, bye-bye.